Nobody expected Jamahal Hill, once the menace of the light heavyweight throne, to spend fight week Googling physical therapy clinics. Yet here we are. In one raw confession on his own channel, Hill owned every misstep that turned his clash.
To be honest, I haven't been on my level. I haven't been on my level now for quite some time. I think that people severely underestimate the injuries that I've dealt with and the things and the challenges that I've had to overcome with that. An Achilles tear to an athlete is a career ender. Is a career ender in a lot of cases. And then you compile that with the injuries that I've also dealt with, the tears to the knees from trying to come back and force my way back in the timing that I did against I've gone against a lot of advice that I was given by my team and people close to me before.
He admitted hobbling through camp on a rebuilt Achilles, patched up knees, and an off-season diet that ballooned him to 265 pounds. For context, he captured the belt at a shredded 204 and promptly tore the tendon while celebrating a basketball dunk. Ignoring his team's plea to postpone, he gambled on pride over prudence. Watching an athlete who once starched Johnny Walker with casual cruelty now struggle to jog a mile reminds us that ligaments, not left hooks, decide how long a reign lasts. But Hill isn't the only name licking wounds this week. Middleweight veteran Jack Hermansson chose radical ownership instead of excuses. Minutes after UFC 317 ended, he uploaded the slow-motion knockout that flattened him, frame-by-frame humiliation, onto Instagram. The Norwegian saw Gregory Robocop Rodriguez march him onto a piston-driven right hand and follow with a reflex hammer fist before the ref could wave it off. Instead of hiding, he typed, "I made a mistake. I got knocked out. I'll be back," adding a shrug emoji. Sports psych nerds applauded. Memes of Hermansson bowing to the KO floated beside. Sincere respect, by steering into the storm, he kept fans from dissecting the loss without him, while one middleweight replays his nightmare. A flyweight champ is daydreaming outright chaos. Alexandre Pantoja popped up on Helwani's show and casually pitched the strangest belt since the original BMF. Remember Masvidal versus Diaz, a one-off title fight at 130 pounds against cardio cyborg Merab Dvalishvili. Money talks, let's talk crazy.
If you have opportunity, if UFC want that, money talk sometimes. I want to hear money talk with me. And but if UFC wants to do something, I'm gonna say something crazy. Make a BMF for one and make 130 pounds. Not me, it's not Merab. Why not? You know, Merab, UFC can do whatever UFC wants, you know.
He grinned. Leave the 125 strap at home, headline, a pay-per-view, and collect a monster check. Old school fans hear echoes of Pride's open-weight spectacles. Casuals see simple math: 2 engines plus 5 pounds of freedom equals redline violence. Merch teams are already mocking up limited Deshin gloves in case Dana greenlights the stunt. Merab heard the pitch, and the UFC sweetened his week even more. For the first time, matchmakers told the Georgian wrecking ball, "Pick who, pick when, dinner's on us." He didn't blink. Cory Sandhagen in Vegas, preferably October. Vegas, he joked, has slot machines that pay out in legacy. Abu Dhabi, chandeliers can't buy primetime eyeballs. Remember, Merab once shot 22 takedowns on Jose Aldo and looked fresh enough for karaoke afterward. Giving that engine the steering wheel could birth one of the most relentless main events this era has seen. Sandhagen answered with Colorado.com. The 6-foot technician reminded media he once circled Petr Yan like a hawk and outthought Vera in a bout. His gym sits at 5,300 feet year-round. Altitude is his neutral ground. He also pointed to the doctor stoppage over Song Yedong, proof he can finish when the window opens. "I add new weapons for fun," he smiled, promising a mashup of long-range Muay Thai and panic wrestling. Every sparring round, he says, uploads a software patch. Against Merab, he plans to debut version Sandhagen 3.0. Across the pond, a feud is boiling far hotter. Paddy Pimblett unloaded classic Scouse venom on the Versa podcast.
Dana wanted an insurance decision, but I think it's the only fight to make. You know what I mean? We haven't seen two people genuinely dislike each other since Conor Khabib. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's always dead cordial and alright, where I hate him I absolutely hate him. Like, I want to inflict pain on his life. You know what I mean? I'd like that fight to go 4 minutes 50 seconds into the 5th round, and I've landed 907 elbows and I've disfigured his face. You know what I mean? I don't want a quick knockout. I want to put him through pain.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
The spite isn't promotional theater. They nearly brawled in a hotel lobby over a spilled drink that escalated into family insults. Topuria fired back, calling Paddy a walking fast food advert, posing as a contender, and promising to beat him so badly, Liverpool will issue an apology. Genuine animosity is algorithmic rocket fuel. Michael Bisping insists the Spaniard's 2 division blitz eclipses early McGregor and even prime John Jones.
He has a lot of similarities to Conor McGregor. People talk about the tattoos, people talk about the confidence, people talk about the way that he took over the featherweight division. Conor McGregor was allowed to become a simultaneous 2-weight champion. He wasn't afforded the same luxury, so he did the right thing. He didn't stall a division.
Aljamain Sterling doubles down, labeling Ilia's streak the craziest modern run we've ever seen.
I don't think there's been a more impressive 3-fight run than this, and the way he's doing it. Volkanovski, and then it's like, no, I'm going to show you that wasn't a fluke. Here's Max Holloway. I'm going to show you that the best is Topuria. And then he comes out, he triples down and says, I'm the villain. I'm Batman trying to kill Superman right now. I'm the kryptonite, and now I'm going to take out Charles Dubronx Oliveira because I don't care. This guy he's a villain. He's a super villain. And I don't think he's ever going to be stopped anytime soon. It's nuts.
And then there's Arman Tsarukyan, frustrated, funny, razor-focused, hammered Rogan for stoking chaos, and swears the real lightweight king will be the man who survives his takedowns.
It was a Joe Rogan mistake.
Oh, Joe Rogan called him in?
Yeah, Joe Rogan called him. It was the Joe Rogan mistake, and he shouldn't like call his even name, like bring him to the octagon or like Paddy. He called the Paddy to come to the octagon. And yeah, I was surprised, but you know, when Dana said it shouldn't be like that, I said, okay, hopefully he's not fighting for the title.
Fans recall his short-notice dance with Islam. He lost, but pushed the Dagestani tank harder than seasoned contenders. Since then, he's logged more Stairmaster miles than some fighters have octagon minutes, branding every montage clocks, mats, and miles. He points to suplex chains and top-pressure clinics, promising Topuria would fold when glued to the mat. And he's lobbying hard for the next title slot. So where does all this leave the sport by week's end? A battered ex-champ rehabbing on anti-gravity treadmills, a middleweight living on replay, a flyweight teasing weight class anarchy, a bantamweight king ordering off the secret menu, an imagination-drunk sniper plotting scramble clinics, a transatlantic grudge dripping pure spite, legends rewriting record books in real time, a welterweight refusing to read the scorecards, and a lightweight begging for canvas space under bright lights. In other words, just another Thursday in mixed martial arts. Before you bounce, tap like and subscribe for daily rundowns that never pull punches. Smash the bell, and YouTube will chime the moment a new feud ignites because, as you just saw, the next shock headline is always one refresh away.